Hello people, and welcome to Supermac Cars. So today I'm in the Honda E again, and time is 9:45 on Sunday morning. Temperature's quite cold outside today, so it is 10 degrees according to the dashboard. So we're going to be taking a bit of a drive, and I'm going to see how the car acts. I'm going to do about 50 miles. So it says I've got 82%, 90-mile range. I've got no heating on, so it's quite cold in the car. But let's see how it goes. So we've got a camera at the front, and we've got a camera facing inwards at myself. So let's get this thing, let's get this car moving, and let's see how we go. It's a nice sunny day though, but it just isn't not particularly nice. It's just a bit cold, and you know, but it's a blue sky at the moment. I can't guarantee how long that's going to last in this country though, but apparently today is going to be a bit better than it has been. So let's have a look. So I've got the camera set up in a B&Q car park, and then we're going to head out onto the A20 and we're going to do a bit of a drive. So this isn't normally what I would do on a Sunday morning, but I want to see how the car acts on a slightly longer run, which it's never done. So the car has done 112 miles in total. This is the Honda E Advance. It's got the slightly bigger battery pack inside it. And I'm going to run it in normal mode, so I'm not putting it into sport mode. I'm going to use some cruise control, see if that makes a bit of a difference, and then I'll do another test when cruise control isn't enabled. But I'm going to try and keep the systems really to a bare minimum, and not use too many things to eke away at the power. So we'll see how it goes. So we're going to come up onto the A20, and then we will accelerate up to the national speed limit, which will be 70 miles an hour because it's dual carriageway. Then down onto the M25, round the M25, and then we turn off and we head further down towards Sevenoaks and then Tunbridge Wells, and we'll see how the car fares on the battery charge, because it's a bit cooler today as well. So it's only 10 degrees, but it's going to be obviously warming up. Okay, so we'll go up the slip road onto the A20. I'm still getting used to these side mirrors, but they're pretty good. Okay, so that's 63. I'm trying to take it easy. I can see it eking battery charge out. So we're at 65, showing 85 miles range. So let's take it up to the 470. So I'm going to try and do this cruise control. So okay, so I press the cruise control button in the centre on. Okay, so that's the cruise control button on, and then I press. Okay, so it's worked out that I want to do 70 miles an hour, which it's now doing. It's telling me to hold on with both hands, which is, I find a bit of a pain if I'm honest. I like holding on with one hand, but it won't let me do that in this car, so it needs to have two all the time. So it's showing 79%. Okay, let's see if it pulls back a bit. So car's pulled out in front of me, so the active radar control is working. It's a bit severe. It's taken me down to 57 miles an hour when the car was only moving out in front of me from 70, so that's quite a big difference. I wonder if I can change that setting a little bit. I'm not quite sure. That's good. Okay, so it worked pretty well. Okay, so we've done 15 miles. I'm cruising at 70 miles an hour. The car's doing 71 miles an hour. It's going downhill, so I think it'll pull back slightly. The main battery is saying 66%, which is a bit worrying. I'm hoping it's going to be okay. So if I go back, and also it keeps connecting up to CarPlay, which I don't want on the EV menu. I want to see what's going on. So yeah, 65 miles it's saying. So in basically about 8 miles, I've used 22 miles of range for some reason. The heating is off. I did put the heating on. I had it on for about 4 minutes. So the range is showing 65 miles on the tank. I don't know if you can see it at this angle, I don't think you can. And it's showing 2.6 miles per kilowatt average energy, which is at 70 miles an hour on cruise control. So I'm being as efficient as I possibly can with it, but I am doing 70 because obviously I've got to get to my destination. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I've got everything else turned off in the car, so I don't have heated steering wheel seats or anything like that running. So yeah, let's see how the journey goes. Let's see if it actually does get me to where I'm going and then get me back again. Otherwise, we've got a bit of an issue on our hands. Just down a bit. It's quite bright out here today. I think I need my sunglasses. So down to 62%. It's interesting. I think it's that. Okay, now you can see it just told me off. It's telling me to hold the steering wheel, and I've got 2 hands on the steering wheel. I wasn't over the white line. It keeps doing this. It's very annoying. And then it comes up with this sort of red exclamation mark, and it's sort of telling me off here, and I don't quite know why it's telling me off the whole time. I think it thinks that I'm not paying attention, but obviously I'm holding the steering wheel. It's just the undulations of the road that pull it around a little bit, because it is a town car. And it sets up this warning beep the whole time, but I think it's telling me that I'm going to skid over to the other side of the road looking at this sort of warning sign, but it's not the case at all. I'm paying attention, I'm well within the white lines. It's just very, very sensitive. It does it on back roads as well, so if you're sort of going home and you're turning into your driveway, it also does it on that as well, and then this screen won't change to any other settings, so I can use my back button on the steering wheel here, but it's not actually doing anything. So okay, home actually resets it. Okay, so that's okay, so great. Okay, let's go around this car. You can see it sort of slows down a bit and then it accelerates. I wish it would accelerate into the manoeuvre, because there's nothing on the outside, and it has got lane warning just here which flashes up, so it's not like it was a dangerous move. Countryside around here, low clouds today, but you can see quite a long way, so in distance that would take us over towards Dover and Headcorn Aerodrome where I fly. It looks like a nice day for flying. You could go cloud surfing, dip the wing of the aircraft into the clouds as you go around them. It's a nice feeling. So we're down to 59%, so we're nearing that halfway point. So I'm hoping we don't see a sudden fall off in the battery on the way back. If I do, obviously I'm going to have a problem. I have no charge cable with me either. I took it out of the car yesterday to put some rubbish bags in the back of the car and to dispose of things. So actually that would be a bit catastrophic. I would be calling up Honda or whoever else comes out to rescue me at that point. Okay, so the journey continues. So we're now on 55% and 55. You see, it's beeping at me all the time. And 55 miles. So the two seem to have balanced for some reason. So they're now perfectly equal. We're set on cruise at 70 miles an hour, but we're only doing 65 because of the car in front. You can see the rear view, the side camera's working quite nicely. There's another one on the other side. And yeah, it seems to be okay so far. So we're 54%, no heating, navigation isn't switched on, and we're cruising along, and we're on the A21 road. We've got about another 8 or 9 miles to go, and then we will reach Tunbridge Wells. Then we're going to do the journey back shortly afterwards, and we'll see how it goes there. But this is quite hilly now we're getting into, so this is now going to put a bit more pressure on the motor and the battery. I can feel the car having to accelerate against the hill. So let's see if this affects it. Okay, so it has. So it's dropped to 53% and 52% and 52 miles now on the gauge. So this is going to be an interesting one. I think by the time I get there I'm going to be on about 48%, and hopefully that's enough for me to drive all the way back again.